Good evening everybody and welcome back to the gaming channel and to Streaming Tuesdays. Who have we got in the chat room? The DTS Workshops sent a message a while ago, but he's also here. Hello, welcome. Ekage says, Dalek Airlines, one trip with us, you'll never fly with another crew again. East Coast Steam joins us. Welcome. Finn Burgess is here and Ace of Riddles is here too. Welcome. Good evening to all of you. I hope you're having a good week. I'm better than I was last week. The fatigue is still hanging around like a bad smell. But generally speaking, I'm doing okay. I am topping up on the vitamin C. I do love these vitamin C tablets. They're like £1 or something from Aldi. They're brilliant. What's the bell for? That's the failure bell. We ring that every time there's a failure. Yeah. So yeah, vitamin C, not entirely worn out, doing okay. So what are we doing this evening? Well, some of you may not have seen this before. This is my pride and joy. Her name is Silver Lady. And for those of you who are not familiar, I was in a Channel 4 programme called The Biggest Little Railway in the World back in 2017. 2018, I believe it was broadcast. It's the 5th anniversary this year, basically. It was filmed, I think, across July and August, over 2 weeks, up in Scotland, across the Great Glen Way. I've just elbowed me yoke. That's not very clever. But yes, the challenge was basically, for those of you not in the know, that we were to build a model railway from the town of Fort William, or more accurately the town of Corpac, just outside Fort William, to Inverness, a railway that the Victorians never got around to finishing. And we would be building this along the trail of the Great Glen Way. Now we did that, and we succeeded, and the loco that ran on the biggest little railway in the world from Fort William to Inverness was not this loco. The actual loco is a lot more beaten up than this. This is mine. The programme inspired me to buy my own because Silver Lady was a brilliant little engine. So I wanted one. I saved my pennies and here she is. Very happy. Yes, so had Silver Lady for a couple of years now. Got a railway in the garden. But this version hasn't been exploring. The only kind of exploring she's done is when I took her to a private railway last year, which is like a 7¼ inch gauge railway, and took a loop of Mammoth track because it was a meet-up for all the biggest railway in the world people. I'm doing another one in September, which is fun. I'm looking forward to that. But yes, my Silver Lady is not very well travelled, bless her. So I thought it might be nice if I took her to see the places that her sister loco has been. So that's what we're doing this evening. I thought that would be fun. If you haven't ever seen the programme before, and I've been coasting on it for like the last 5 years, it's the best thing I've ever done or ever been involved in. But if you've somehow managed to miss me go on about how brilliant this programme is, and want to see it for yourself, it is on 4 on demand or 4OD or whatever the Channel 4 streaming thing is called nowadays. Excuse me. And it's available on there to watch for free. If you're not in the UK, I'm not sponsored by NordVPN or Surfshark or any of those. But I hear if you use those, you can set your country to be in the UK, and that will allow you to stream content from the UK. Just saying. Other VPNs are probably available. I'm not famous enough to do sponsorship deals, so this is not a sponsored ad at all. Anyway, yes. Yes, James May did do the Tarka Trail twice, and he did double O gauge. Now, we did a manly gauge. We did technically O gauge, but using an SM32 loco, which is why it kept falling off. Needed wider track. I mean, the gauge of the rails, I'll show you actually, because I'm sure there's probably like one of you hasn't seen this. This is the track we used. This is extruded recycled plastic. And as you can see there, we've got rubber coated rails, which were meant to give the engine more grip. And it is O gauge or SM32 gauge, because they are the same width in reality. But SM32 gauge is modelling 2-foot gauge, and O gauge is modelling standard gauge. So, the track was done to O gauge standard, and really this bit, sort of either side of the rails, need to be a bit wider. It needed to be sort of that wide, really, to support the loco. But yeah, that's what we did. We built a railway out of this track and drove a live steam loco across Scotland. And it was a lot of fun and daft and eccentric and really compelling television, actually, I think. But then I am biased. Come on, back on the track, you. There we are. I wish I'd kept more of the track. I know there are people who took like lengths and lengths of it away. I only took a little bit because I was flying back. Yeah, I wish I had more so I could, you know, like build a circuit, but no. Yes, yeah, I managed to save about 40 centimetres. Yeah. Yes, 60mm model, much more practical than double O gauge. Anyway, have I ever seen your Joe Viva's replication? I don't think I have, no. But yeah, ping me a link in the Discord and I'll have a look later. Will I be doing a Dalek voice stream next week? I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing next week. There's a tea time with Matt next week, I think. Is it next week? Hang on. Where are we now? 23rd. Yes, next Thursday there's a tea time with Matt for the Conservative leadership elections. So you've got that to look forward to next week. What I'm doing on the live stream next week, I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out. But I do at some point need to edit the intro for the Tea Time with Matt episode, so I'll be doing that at some point. Who has the original Silver Lady? The original Silver Lady is owned by the manufacturers at Roundhouse Engineering, who build very, very beautiful models. There's actually two. It's a bit of a cheat. There are two Silver Ladies that we used in the show. They're both equally beaten up. I believe they are both in a little display case at Roundhouse Engineering because they are museum pieces. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop harping on about Biggest Little Railway for a bit and tell you what we're actually doing this evening, because, like I said, I wanted to take my Silver Lady off on a little adventure to go and see where her sister loco has been, and that's precisely what we're going to do. But we're going to do it from the air because I feel like you'll get a better view from there. Dear. Wonder which one had a swim. The one that had a swim was the one that doesn't have the little cogwheel installed on the axle. That's the one that went for a swim. Neither of them, I think, have their brass caps anymore. But not to worry. Oh dear, sorry, still coughing a little bit. Anyhow. So, this is what we're doing. We're starting off at Glasgow Airport. Oh gosh, there's loads of planes at Glasgow Airport. Goodness me. We're taking off from Glasgow and then we're flying up to Fort William. And then we are roughly following the route of the railway. Through the Great Glen, along Loch Ness, up over the hills above Loch Ness, down into the town centre, over Inverness Castle, and then we're landing at Inverness Airport. So that is our little game tonight. Oh, sorry, hang on. There's hold on, what have I done with it? Don't seem to have it anymore. Was it one of these possibly? Here we are. Found it. The Civil Aviation Authority's been in touch. I'm not going to read you the letter because it's pretty scathing and uses some frankly highly unprofessional language. But the gist of it is that the Civil Aviation Authority watched my last 2 flight simulator streams and were not very impressed. And have rescinded my passenger carrying aircraft license. So I will not be flying a plane of any particular size. Instead, we're going to be flying this. It is a Cessna 152, one of these things. It's yeah. The idea being that I will kill fewer people when I crash it. I mean, land it successfully. Let's get in. Dearie me. No problem with the POV. That's all good. I'm happy to help where I can. Just sorry I couldn't be more useful. Anyway, how are we all doing? It's still quite warm. It hasn't rained properly yet, so that's disappointing. Yeah. Everything's still a bit rubbish, really, isn't it? Anyway, there's 7 of you watching, I can see. If there's anyone I haven't seen yet, do let me know and say hello, because I like to say hello to everybody. It rained a lot yesterday. I don't know where you are. It was spitting here yesterday, but it was practically evaporating before it hit the ground. It was not super impressive, to be honest with you. Flight Simulator has decided to hang while it's loading recently. Manchester. Okay, fair enough. You might have a fighter escort. I have no responsibility for the quality of that escort. As long as you don't crash into me, that's fine. Oh, it is very cloudy. Oh no. There we are. That's better. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. Right, we are apparently on the runway, which is not where I wanted to start from, actually. But, okay, we'll roll with it. Just to make sure everything is as I intended it to be. We want the flaps slightly down for takeoff, I believe, is what you're meant to do. So that's what we'll be doing. And we've got clear for takeoff, so away we go. Throttle up. And release the parking brake. Off we go. I'm just gonna tap the rudder because it keeps pulling to the left. So just use the rudder gently to yeah, there we go. And up and away we go. Lovely stuff. Right. Just going to open the air traffic control window. So that is all good. Oh, little wobble there. There you go.
Cessna 927, continue for west departure.
Continue for west departure. You got it.
Glasgow Tower Cessna Golf 4927, continue for west departure.
Bring the flaps in. There we go. Okay. So I believe when he says continue for west departure, I've basically got to keep following the runway heading until he tells me to do otherwise. There we go. That's Glasgow Airport down there. It's quite clear actually. I thought it would be worse than this. I'm reasonably happy with the conditions thus far. Right. Okay. Right, now how far from the airport do you want me before you'll hand me over to someone else? I'm still within the airport perimeter at the moment, so presumably they want me well out of the way before they'll consider doing anything like that. Oh, pulling to the left again. I don't want it to do that. Here we go. Let's trim the nose up slightly and stop it dipping. There we go. That's better. Seems a bit happier now. Any possibility I can start a turn to the right anytime soon, Glasgow? Oh, I have drifted way off my heading. Okay, well let's start a turn. Have I not done the flaps? I thought I had. Screw it. I'm just gonna go. You know, forget you, air traffic control. You're not communicating effectively. So, have I closed the door? Yes, I think so. There we are. Right. Level off. There we are. It's not being 100% clear.
27 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
You got it. Acknowledge frequency
Glasgow
change.
Tower Cessna Golf for Niner 27 frequency change.
Lovely job. Tune Glasgow approach. Request airspace
Glasgow approach
transition.
Cessna Golf for Niner 27 is type Cessna 152 miles southwest of Glasgow, 2,700 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cessna Golf 4927 Glasgow approach. Squawk 3335.
Squawk 3335.
Squawk tree.
Whoa, that looked close. Good God.
Cessna 927 radar contact 2 miles west of Glasgow, 3,100 feet.
Bloody hell, shouldn't you be vectoring me away from stuff like that? Blimey! Okay, acknowledge radar
Cleared
contact.
through the Charlie airspace, Cessna 927.
Okay. Okay. I'm probably a bit higher than my assigned altitude, to be honest, but well, actually, they haven't given me an altitude, so I'm gonna dip down slightly because my my flight level I requested when I did the flight plan was 1500, so we're doing that. Am I using live traffic? Yes, I am. And are jets in that game? Yes, they are. I've not been brave enough to try jets yet, but one day I will. Incorrect fuel mixture. Okay, well let's pull the mix out and see what we're doing. Hit a little bit of cloud here, but that's not the end of the world. Can't seem to find me. Oh, okay. I'm on the West Europe server, if that's any use. I should have everything enabled. Let me just double check. I don't know if I can change all that from here. Here we are. Local players. Are any of these you? Because this is the list I've got. But yes, I am connected with other players. Here we go, right. Okay, so they've cleared me through the airspace, which is nice. So I'm just going to dip down to my flight level and hope for the best. I have a joke, but it can only work in the air. Go on, what's the joke? Finn is off to British Airways. Hey, if you want to come find me, do. Just don't crash into me. That's all I ask. If anyone has Flight Simulator and wants to come say hi and be in the vicinity, I would be very happy to see people. I am not precious. The cold gunner is you. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's double check. Local players 31. Well, it's not any of those. Hold on. Oh, there is a list. Hold on. There you are. Yes, I see you there. There we go. Yes, you are on the same server as me. It's just obviously you haven't found me yet. Does it support realistic mid-air collisions? I'm gonna say I hope not. yeah, let's not test that theory. As it would be my my statement there. Right. I'm the Doctor. I'm an alien from outer space. I'm 1,000 years old. I've got 2 hearts, and I can't fly a plane. That's a winning bell, not a failure bell. They're interchangeable. Glasgow is a lot greener than I've been led to believe. It's yes. I'm flying with the Google Maps mod installed, so the textures are a little bit brighter and nicer to look at. I'm not allowed to Heathrow in fighter jets now. Oh dear. Do I see on my internet connection there that we're lagging slightly? Hold on. Let me just refresh the studio view and see if that's... oh, we're dipping away as well. This is going well. There we go. Oh, right. No, that looks okay. Jolly good. Good. Right. No perceived lag. Good. Then everything's going according to plan. Now, I may have some slight issues because we're about to fly over the Cairngorm Mountains. So, we may run into some problems. But I hope not. Anyway, I've got 50 miles to go before we hit Fort William. So, we'll carry on and see how we go. Has the chaos begun yet? No chaos, how dare you? No chaos happening here, it's all going fine. Everything's going swimmingly. It's quite nice this actually, because I am actually having to fly the plane rather than just mash the autopilot. Quite enjoying that. Before we hit Fort William. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Probably should avoid that as a phrase, in truth. Good old vitamin C. Or vitamin C. Pronounce your T's, boy. Good God. Right. Did you lie to me? I didn't notice you lying to me, but okay. Oh, a little wobble there. Oh, I need to try and lose some altitude. Normally that's a lot easier. So we want to be at 1500. That's the flight level. As far as I can see. Although air traffic control's not being, terribly consistent about it, so I've not got a massive DLC addiction for this yet. I have bought a couple of modifications. Like I've added the British wildlife modifications, so you get pigeons and things at the airports. And a few sort of scenery packs. I bought one for the north of England because I think that does some kind of visual improvements for Inverness. And what else? And the simple traffic one, which does some real world airline liveries at airports. So if there's a Ryanair flight around here, if you look at it, it will be a Ryanair livery, and so on and so forth. Yes, beautiful clear evening, I have to say. Really lovely clear evening. Decentish freeware Duxford one. I might have to give that a go. Actually, I do like a visit to Duxford. I haven't been for years. I think I was a child when I last went. Okay, so my flight level of 1500 is probably not realistic based on how close that mountain is. So I'm just going to sit here and hope for the best at this stage. Airspeed above 65 knots. Okay, well let's just ease the throttle out a bit. Plenty of fuel. No hassle. It's all fine. pitch the nose up slightly. And job's a good one. There we go. See? This is nice. This is all going very well. Famous last words. Right, a little bit more throttle, I think. Getting a little bit... are there some castle ruins I can see down there? I can't tell if they are or trees. Yeah, as you can see, Google Maps really does make a difference. It's prettied these mountains up nicely. It's all looking very green. I like it. No, I think those are trees, actually. They're not anything... no, they're trees. There we go. Okay, we're losing altitude again, which isn't what we want to be doing, so let's ease off slightly. Is the cockpit pressurised? No, it's not. 15 kilometres is about as high as you want to go without oxygen. Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere near that high. That's fine. Now the slight issue with Google Maps is you do get a little bit of sort of slightly strange overlapping where the image is not quite consistent. But we're going to ignore it because it looks good. This is 15,000 feet, right? Sorry. That's fine. I was going to say, that feels quite high for you to be losing oxygen. I'm just looking around here, and I fear I am dipping sort of below the level of the mountain, so I am actually going to climb slightly and try and get up to, say, 3,000 feet, so I'm not clipping the top of a mountain. It's very pretty, this, though. I love the Cairngorm Mountains. I love Scotland. Scotland is beautiful. I want to go back. It really is stunning. I love Scotland. Very, very much. So pretty, I love it. 1,500, yeah, 1,500 feet. Oh, there's air traffic control having a go at me. Okay, what do they want? Oh, contact Scottish Centre. Yeah, no problem, I can do that. What? Wait, whoa. Try that again. There we are.
119.875 for Cessna 927.
We are going to go past the tallest mountain in Scotland, Ben Nevis.
Scottish Centre Cessna Golf for Niner 27 2,900 feet.
Cessna Golf 4927, Scottish Centre altimeter 29.82. Continue as planned.
Continue as planned, no problem. 38 miles to go before our first waypoint. Right, I've finished the vitamin C, so it's time to move on to the hard stuff. This is some of my mum and dad's famous ginger beer. Oh, bloody hell, that's fiery by itself. Ah, should I be drinking that while flying? Probably not. There's probably laws about that sort of thing. I'm all over the sky. I'm trying to sort out my internet connection while this is happening, because the video on top there keeps freezing. But I'm just going to ignore it because it seems to be fine. Is the Dalek Supreme the same Supreme from the Crucible? No. His origin story is he was Dalek Supreme at the very end of the Time War. So he's dropped out the vortex in the last surviving ship, which was kind of a parody of the trope that whenever the Daleks come back in New Who, they're always defeated forever. But then, oh no, one ship survived. So it was kind of a play on that trope. But in reality, he's that's when he's meant to be from. I know what I'm saying. Given the alcohol by volume of that ginger beer, probably shouldn't be in charge of any machinery. Oh dear. Oh well, I won't worry about it too much. It's fine. It's okay. Where we're flying, there's quite a lot of water, so if we'll just hit the water and we'll only kill ourselves. It'll be fine. Hey, you'll have been able to say, Silver Lady, that you've been for a swim in a loch as well.
Logan 479er, you are 51 miles northwest. Climb and maintain 3,900 feet. Expect ILS runway 23 approach via Golf Oscar Whiskey transition. Clear to Golf Oscar Whiskey.
No sign of any planes. I'm assuming no one's found me yet.
Expect ILS runway 23 approach via Golf Oscar Whiskey transition. Clear to Golf Oscar Whiskey Logan 479er.
Logan 479er. Now, presumably, that's someone in the local area. But the local area for Scotland is quite big. So he could be just over there, or he could be 100 miles away. Who knows? Or she, rather, because it was a female pilot. Just a man and his tiny locomotive provide any clues to this mystery. Yeah, future archaeologists will be confused. Woof! That's going to sort my cough right out. Happy about that. Right. We are now sort of flying roughly at the height of Ben Nevis. A little bit lower than Ben Nevis, probably, in reality, but yeah. But the main thing is we're not going to clip the top of any of these, so that's fine. More than happy with that state of affairs, and I keep pulling to the left again, which is not what I want to be doing, actually. 31 miles. You haven't found me yet then, East Coast Steam? Or have you given up? Which classic Doctor is my favourite? Ooh. That's a good question. Pertwee is my mum's favourite, and I do love Pertwee. Tom Baker's everyone's favourite, which feels like cheating. So I'm not going to say that. I do love Tom Baker though. I quite like Peter Davison. So I can't pick a favourite. That's like asking me, pick your favourite child. Pick your favourite steam engine. No. Yeah. Colin Baker, right, gets a lot of bad rap. Listen to his Big Finish stuff if you can, because he is marvellous in those. Big Finish has really brought Colin Baker out of his shell a bit. He wasn't that bad in the TV show, to be fair. It was just the ridiculous costume more than anything. Apparently he wanted something that was a little bit similar to what Christopher Eccleston's Doctor ended up wearing, but the BBC said no. They wanted something bright and colourful and interesting that would look good on camera, and it just didn't. Nope. Okay. Well, if you make your way up towards Ben Nevis, I will be around there shortly. I hope. I'm about 27 miles out before my turn towards Fort William, because I'm literally going to fly up past Fort William over to Corpac, and then I'm following the canal and locks through the centre of Scotland up to Inverness. So just to give you an idea of where I am. There you go, see, there's an example of the map not being terribly consistent. But don't worry, we won't look at it head on. Favourite child, you're definitely in my top 2. Cheers, Dad. I do like this ginger beer, by the way. It's very good, very fiery. I mean, air traffic control is not complaining about where I am, so presumably I am not in any way interfering with any kind of air traffic anywhere, so I'm not going to worry too much. 25 miles to go. 90% fuel. Oh, we're fine. We got loads of fuel. Loads of fuel. I can even do circuits over Inverness if I need to. It's all good. Let's just pinch the nose down. Let's try and do some height. Not too much. Just a little bit of height. As we marvel at the beauty of Scotland and the Cairngorm Mountains. Are these technically the Cairngorms? I don't know if these are the Cairngorms or whether they're more further east than I am currently. Smidgen of cloud cover, but that's okay. For what we're going to be doing, these are ideal weather conditions. I decided not to cheat, and I've kept live weather on, although I have put the time back by about 2 hours, just so we're not flying at night. We want some daylight. But the weather conditions are what it is currently doing in Scotland. Nowhere near the Cairngorms, okay. They're over there somewhere. Oh well, it's very pretty wherever we are. I've just realised that mountain is quite tall actually. I just want to pull up a smidge. Just a smidge. Do we need to pay to watch this stream? Because currently we're all just... We're all just pause ones on this flight. Nah, sorry, you're gonna have to explain that one. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there.
119.1 Logan 479er.
So what I'm hearing is there is like one other plane in the immediate area. I'm in the Trossachs Mountains. There we are. There we go. I knew someone would know. Right, now, quick question. It's only up the road a bit. Do we want to take a slight detour off our flight plan and go have a look at the Glen Viaduct? Because that is modelled in the game and apparently it looks quite nice. It's only a minor detour. It's a few miles. It's nothing really. So do we want to do that? This is your captain speaking. We're flying over some lumpy bits. I think they're mountains somewhere. Oh dear. We're all +1s on a free flight. Remember to support the channel through YouTube memberships, folks. I'm not famous enough on this channel to turn on any monetization options. But if you enjoy these and you want to support me over on my main channel, I wouldn't say no. That would be lovely. Thank you very much. Probably have to get a lot lower to see the viaduct. Well, yes, but we're nowhere near yet. And we're going to stick on the locks, so we can get a lot lower to have a look. Be rude not to. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll find our waypoint, which is about 16 miles away now, close to 17, and then we'll just follow the water round, find Glen Finning, loop back, and then resume our flight up the Great Glen Way. It would be rude not to. Or buy the merchandise I don't have. Exactly. Incorrect heading indicator. Excuse me. Press D. Going on about incorrect heading. What is this nonsense? For some reason your chat is not showing up on the stream. Exterminate the Doctor 77 is here. Says, hey Matt, hello, welcome. Ah, there we go, you're back with me now. You're back now, it's all good. We're all fine. I think that in the distance is Ben Nevis. We're in about the right sort of area, so where I'm looking right now, I think that is Ben Nevis. We're in about the right location that we would start seeing it, so great. We're doing all right. 87% fuel. Oh, we got plenty. Yeah, we'll loop up to Glen Finning and then we'll head back and we'll do the Glen. Great Glen Way. How about that? I think that sounds like a plan. What's down there? That is Guala Shulain. However you pronounce that, I don't know. Would you be able to record voice lines for a Dalek animation for me? If you want Dalek lines doing, ping me a script and I'll have a look when I got some time. More than happy to do that. We are 13 miles away from our first turn. Oh, little wobble there. There we go. I have also got a cup of tea here, which is just a drinking temperature actually. That's very nice. Excellent. Oh. Where do I send it? Are you on my Discord server? Because if you are, find me on there and send me a private message. If not, email it to my business media account, which is matt@alldone.tv. Now millions of spam. Oh, never mind. This is a very pretty game, isn't it? I remember playing Flight Simulator for Windows 95 and it being very blocky and thinking, wow, this is amazing! It's so realistic! No, I didn't think that, but it was pretty cool. Do I mind if you do a reanimation of one of the scenes for the asylum? I am not precious. As long as people ask, I don't mind. So yes, you can. Go nuts. There has only been one time when I have refused to let someone use my content. And I think I'm okay to share this story because it's not a big deal. But basically, I was trawling through YouTube one day. Would it be helpful, okay, if I drop the URL to the Discord here? Yes, certainly. You go ahead and do that, Ekage. I was trawling through YouTube one day, and I came across a thumbnail that looked like one of my videos, but the title was wrong. Combat Flight Simulator, that was really good, yeah. Oh, I had that one too. That was a lot better graphics wise, but nowhere near this level of good. That was great. I enjoyed Combat Flight Simulator a lot. Right, anyway, so I found this video that had a thumbnail, but the title just didn't ring a bell with me. It wasn't a title that I remembered making a video of, and it was a thumbnail for Ask a Dalek, and I was royally confused because I didn't remember ever making a video with this title. The title being Daleks for Trump. And what this person done was they basically taken an episode of Ask a Dalek and clipped out, thread the needle, thread the needle. The needle. I don't know why I'm hamming this up. I got loads of room. Oh, this is incredible. Right. Anyway, yes. So yeah, this person had taken an episode of Ask a Dalek and basically chopped it up and added their own dialogue. And it was basically a video that was unironically slagging off Hillary Clinton. And telling people to vote for Donald Trump. Now, I try not to get involved in American politics because it's none of my business. You guys voted leave. Leave means leave. You lost. Get over it. Satire. So weirdly, I didn't have that much problem with the content. That wasn't what annoyed me. It was more that this person had helped themselves to my footage and then made this video without asking. So I sent them a direct message and I said, look, you've used clips from my video, which I'm not terribly happy about, to be honest. You know, I will let people use my content for their project if they ask, but I'm not terribly happy about you using it sort of in a political video. You know, so can you get in touch with me, and you know, we'll have a conversation about it, and you know, come to an agreement. And I left it for about 2 weeks, and I didn't get a reply. So in the end, this is the only time I've done this, I filed a copyright strike and YouTube took the video down. And I really didn't want to have to do that, to tell you the truth, because it's not my style. You know, if the guy had come back and said, look, do you know what, I'm really sorry, it's fine, I'll take it down, that would have been fine. If he'd have come back and said, look, I'm sorry, can I use it, I might even have said yes. It was just the fact they didn't ask that really annoyed me. So, yeah, and that they didn't do me the courtesy of coming back and responding to my message. So, yeah, had it taken down. I just, you know, I don't like having the Mickey taken out of me, and you know, that's fine. Who was the user? I can't even remember now. It's and even if I could, I wouldn't share that because, you know, it's like they made a mistake. They had a copyright strike put against their channel. It's fine, and you know, they're doing what they're doing, and I wish them well. But the moral of the story is I am pretty lenient. If you want to use my stuff for something, as long as you ask first and tell me a bit about what you want to do with it, I'm more than happy. More than happy. But, you know, don't just assume you can take it. That's all I ask. And if people want to do stuff with the characters, I'm okay with that as well. But, you know, just give me a heads up and, you know, credit me for the ideas and what have you. And, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. You know, I'm not Noga. You know, I'm all about, you know, sharing content and, you know, doing creative stuff. You know, it's how I got started on YouTube, doing creative stuff that, you know, is used. Yeah, you know, it's Nothing wrong with that. We are looking at Ben Nevis. That is the highest mountain in the UK. I've seen bigger. I genuinely haven't seen bigger. No, I've not been to any mountains outside of the UK. I pitch the nose up a bit because we're below 1,000 feet. That's not where I want to be. I want to be at or even higher than 1,000 feet. So let's just trim the nose up a tad. And we're flying up towards Fort William now. We're heading in a westerly direction, or a easterly direction, a northeasterly direction. And Fort William is on the right-hand side of the lock. In fact, you can see it's highlighted there. Look, Fort William. I thought Snowdon was the biggest. No, Ben Nevis is higher. Snowdon's the tallest in Wales. Scafell Pike, which is more of a hill, is the highest in England. And Ben Nevis is the highest in the UK. That's quite nice to look at, isn't it? Ekich said something quite insightful, I think, so I'm going to read that out. Those of us who do Dalek videos are already on borrowed IP, but you have to be respectful of the source material. If the IP owner contacts you, respond and recognise that you're using others' IP. Indeed. I know I'm on shaky ground, because all of the content that made me sort of reasonably well known on YouTube, you know, is... I'm not a big YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination, but the content that most people know me for is very much copyright infringement. I do not shy away from that. I'm fully aware of that. And if I can monetize that content, I do. But if I was ever approached and told, no, you can't do that, I would take that away. You know, I'm very much aware that what I do does infringe the copyright of the Nation Estate and the BBC. But, you know, I think my way of looking at it is, you know, what I'm doing is very much transformative in nature. So, you know, I'm not, you know, my excuse is that what I do is effectively parody, which is fine, because I'm not like other YouTubers who use Dalek stuff and Doctor Who stuff, who do like serious storytelling. I've got respect for people who do that sort of thing. I don't think I'm anywhere near professional enough. But, you know, that's not what I want to do. Daleks are very much comedy for me. They are comedy vessels, because they are, in their own right, quite amusing. So I use Daleks as a vessel for comedy. But yes, cycling back to the main point. I have no problem with people using the stuff that I've come up with, the characters, the situations. I know a few people have done like little spin-off films of the Asylum and things using like the Resurrection Project from The Adventures of Derek and Matt, and I'm more than okay with that. I think that's great. I'm quite touched that people find these things inspiring enough that they want to go away and make their own stuff. Because essentially all I was doing making those videos was making something that I found funny and enjoyable to watch. So yeah. As long as people ask, I'm more than happy to have my stuff used. That's what I'm getting at anyway. Now over here somewhere, I believe, I think it might be back there actually. We may have passed it. We'll see it on the way back. I was trying to show you the campsite that we stayed at when we were building the first section of the railway, but we'll cycle back over that. It's not the end of the world. Found me? Where are you? I don't see you. I'm mildly terrified now. I'm fully expecting to be buzzed at any moment. That's a little bit scary. Right, now Glen Finnan is up over here somewhere. We're not too far away now. I'm just listening because I want to see if I can hear the plane. I can't hear it. Where is he? There he is! Oh, bloody hell! That was close! Good God! Oh, that is incredible. I love it. There he goes. Bye! Little wing waggle there. There you go. Whee! Oh, that was kind of beautiful. I love it. Oh, that was pretty sort of marvellous, actually. Ah, that's very good, actually. Oh, there's someone else as well. What the hell? Where is air traffic control? This is not minimum separation distance. I shouldn't think. Oh, blimey. Yes. Right. I'm not sure where that other guy came from. Right, now the viaduct should be around here somewhere, I think. Yeah, because the lock is there. And then the railway. Hang on, let's look down, see if we can see the railway. There's the railway. There we are. If we follow that will take us where we need to go. So let's just follow the railway. That's what we need to do. I think air traffic control. There we go. It's about 3 miles away. Air traffic control has just abdicated all responsibility at this point. I think we're on our own there. There he is again. Hello! I'm going to wave. There we go. Little wing waggle. That is marvellous. I enjoy that very much. Right. So if we cycle over this way, we'll see the viaduct. See him through here? Just about. There he is. Hello! Now, if we drop down a little bit, we should be able to get fairly close to the viaduct, actually. There it is, look. You can see it in the distance there. There it is, look. There we are. That looks rather good, actually. Right, let's pull back on the throttle side. Oh, there he goes. He's heading the same way. I'm just going to follow him in. Here we go. Yes, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's pink. I'm not sure why it's pink. This might be a side effect of the Google Maps mod. Actually, that's probably what it is. But yes, that is the Glen Finnan viaduct there, with a slightly pink top. But yeah, never mind that. Right, let's climb and start making a turn back. Probably a slightly less harsh turn than that, to be honest. But push the throttle in. Let's climb up and over this mountain. Can I go for an arch? No, I'm not brave enough to attempt that. No, that's not a thing you're going to be seeing today. Oh, whoa. That is a steep bank there. Way steeper than this aircraft is designed for, but never mind. Right, now. There we go. Bye-bye, viaduct. It was nice to see you. Da 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 da. Screw J.K. Rowling. Or Rowling, or whatever she's called. She's a monster. Anyway. It is the viaduct from Harry Potter. That's where it was filmed. I've lost my friend. Where's he gone? There he is. He's still behind me. Oh, this makes me very happy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. This plane is not designed for that kind of thing. Okay, so we'll fly the 10 miles back to Corpac and begin the tour proper. That was a nice little detour. I thought it'd be rude not to, given that we're like right next to it. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Hi there, friend. Hey, he's much better at this than I am. Whee! Hello. Whee! Oh, that makes me very happy. Can I say I'm officially a popular YouTuber now that people will seek me out in games? Oh, that is amazing. He is pulling some manoeuvres there, blimey. He is very good at this. I'm impressed. One more thing, where's the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? That way. Right, let's drop the camera back so we can see the instruments. We want to lose altitude a little bit because we want to keep fairly low so we can see all of the sights. But we're currently following the railway, which is between Fort William and Mallaig. You can see that at the bottom there, just snaking its way, following the road as well. I remember as a child, holidaying in Scotland, we would chase the Jacobite charter train along the railway, on the road that runs alongside. Very, very happy memories of doing that. It was a good time. Nose down a bit, let's try and lose some height. About 1,000 feet we want to just let this throttle out slightly as well. Trim, there we go. Love it. Happy days. Ah, there we are. Corpac is now showing up. Right. So, if you look just ahead of me here, where the lock sort of curves around, I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see me pointing at the screen. Where the lock sort of curves around there and narrows, there is a caravan site and campsite. That was our first camping location for Biggest Little Railway, and in fact there is a beach just along the bottom here that you'll be able to see in a moment as we sort of do a little pass of it, that we would spend an evening of just hanging out and chatting. It's a nice little spot. Very much a fan of that particular spot. Let's trim up because we're now losing altitude, which we don't want to do. And we'll start our turn towards Corpac. Here we are, going over a logging freight yard here. Oh, our friend East Coast Steam is still with us. There he is. Hello. Right. Right, okay. We'll ease off the throttle slightly. Now, just down there, just in front of my nose there, that is where the railway begins. That was where the journey started. So from here, we basically follow the canal. And we are following the route of the biggest little railway. And we're basically following the towpath on the right-hand side of the canal there. And as we do our next turn, we're heading up the 2-mile stretch apparently towards there it is, Neptune's staircase there, which isn't modelled in the game sadly, but that is where Silver Lady took a dip in the canal there. It's not well illustrated there, but there are a series of locks there, and we took a dip in the first one just down there. Okay, we are lower than 1,000 feet, which is probably not ideal, but never mind. That's Ben Nevis in the distance there, and we are now following the canal towards Torcastle, just ahead there. Oh, the conditions are ideal. I'm thrilled about this. This is going brilliantly. So I'm going to try and stick to the waypoints as much as possible, because that will, generally speaking, guide us in the right direction. Because I've set waypoints roughly along the route the railway took. So if we stick to them, we should be golden. Where is East Coast Steam? Is he disappeared? I don't see him, but I didn't see him the first time either, so that's not necessarily a deal breaker. No, we've lost him. Never mind. Never mind. Right, so where are we now? Just keep following the canal for the moment, because the railway was running along the right-hand side of the canal on the towpath, just below us there, and it did that until, I think, Lagan Locks, I could be wrong. Gairlochie, sorry, Gairlochie, yeah, so it's just ahead there, yeah. The railway followed the canal as far as Gairlochie, then it dived off and then sort of went inland slightly away from the lock, which you'll see in just a moment. Ah, you're still about. Okay, well, I shall keep an eye and an ear out for you. I'm sure you won't be far away. There we are. Yeah. It's the best way to see the landscape, I think. This is magical. Ah, I'm having a good time. So yeah, again, the railway just following the canal towpath. You can see there the little bright white strip just along the bank on the other side of the canal from where we are. And then just up ahead here, there appears to be a bridge. And it was at that bridge that the railway left the canal. Took a hard left, crossed the canal, and then headed up into the hills here. There's a little, in fact, I think you can just see just in front of me here, there's a road and a footpath. In fact, yes, there's the bridge just below my right wing. And then we followed the road up in this direction. And in fact, I think, yes, just below me, there is a road that is just joining the road directly below me, and then we follow that, and then sort of stuck to the side of the lock a little bit along this section. There was a really steep hill just down there. There's a scene in the show where Paul, our team leader for Team C, is chatting to the camera, and then someone sends a wagon racing down the hill, and he goes "wee" to the and it's covered with the sound of 500 miles by the Proclaimers, and that's where that was. Anyway, so yes, we then follow the road along here through Banarkig. That sounds like how someone Glaswegian says banana cake. I'll try him in a Mark 9 Spitfire. Okay, fair enough. I thought you were pulling some manoeuvres. I haven't got a Spitfire installed, so I'm not seeing you as you should be, sadly. So the line follows the road through Clunes here, and then kind of climbs up through the hills at this point. In fact, I think you can see there's a little line carved through the trees, and it just followed that along the shores of Loch Lochy. There it is. That's an original name. Oh damn! I should have downloaded the Spitfire mod. That would be amazing to see right now. Never mind. Too late when you think of these things. So yeah, these little aeroplanes are not designed for speed. There he is! Bloody hell! That came out of nowhere! Oh, that was beautiful. Oh. Oh dear. Right, yes, so we're climbing through the hills at this point. You can see roughly on the... Yeah, there's a little line in the trees. If I sort of line it up roughly with... Yeah. Just passing beneath my right wing now, there is a path there that sort of climbs through the hills, and the railway followed that over this section. A little bit more throttle because we're losing some height here, which is what we want. Maybe a little bit of height loss, but not masses. Let's try not to plough into the hills there. Oh, the Dalek mod for Minecraft. I'm not a Minecraft player, but I have heard of it, yes. So again, you can see there's another, very much just in front of my propeller now, there is a path winding its way through the trees. Again, this is pretty much bang on where the railway went. It followed the forestry roads. Now, our next waypoint, I believe, will take us back out over the loch. And that is where we find Lagan Locks. And that, or Lagan Lock, because it's only the one, that is the first major engineering challenge. That is where you will see me in the programme getting the engine ready to cross the canal on a box girder bridge. And that was nerve-wracking because we were all a little bit concerned that it would collapse and we'd lose the loco forever. Well, no, technically this is a lock.
122.605
Yeah, what we are approaching is a lock, as in a lock gate, a canal lock. But yes, you are right. It's lock. How do I feel about you making a playlist on Silver Lady? Go for it. Why not? There we are. So the railway followed the road on the left here at this point. And just ahead of us there, you can see the canal begins again. And the canal lock there is where the bridge was put. And so The railway crosses the bridge and then follows the towpath on the right hand side of the canal again. Whoa! Bloody hell! Oh. This is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying myself immensely, I have to say. So yeah, we follow the canal along here, and then we head over to the right-hand side of the because that is where Invergarry Station is, which is a station on the former railway that went as far as Fort Augustus. Now that line would have continued all the way to Inverness, but it didn't because they ran out of money. They only got as far as Fort Augustus. And in fact, you can see that just below us on the right there, that little open expanse there. There is still the remains of a station platform. They've got a little diesel shunter there, which is quite nice to look at. And now we follow probably the best part of the route for me, because we spent a good sort of 2 or 3 hours walking this section of footpath following the old railway, and it's beautifully flat. We just ate up the miles with Silver Lady on this section. We strapped a head torch to her at one point when we went through a tunnel. That was great fun. It's yes, thoroughly beautiful bit of the route. It was nice and flat, no climbing. The loco was on nice flat terrain, so it didn't fall off the track very much. So, yeah, magical. And you can just see the old railway line just below the tail there. In fact, it's tracing the route beautifully there. And now coming up to Aberchalder, there is another, I think there's another block there, but there is certainly a bridge, because the railway does a full more than 90 degree turn from the footpath, which as we get closer you'll be able to see. Now I am pretty much exactly following the path of a Eurofighter Typhoon that buzzed us when we were laying track along this section. That was a pretty magical moment. He sort of waggled his wings at us because we were all wearing high vis and waving. Yeah, you see the footpath along the edge of the water there. It kind of climbs up to the road here, and then you do a full turn, go across the bridge, and then another 90 degree turn to follow the towpath on the left hand side. And then there's a little spillway there just below my right wing. That is where the viaduct was built. Silver Lady never crossed that, although they did use a Lady Anne for a kind of like scenic shot on that section of the railway. So there is a shot of a steam loco going over it, but it's not Silver Lady. And then the railway just followed the canal at this point, alongside the river. The river and the canal are really close together on this section, as you can see. You've got the river on the left, the canal on the right. The canal follows the river almost exactly until you reach Loch Ness, which is just ahead. Sort of angle over this way a bit. There we are. You can see Fort Augustus in the distance here, and the railway is just literally following the towpath all the way to Fort Augustus. I don't know if you'll see it on the map, but there is evidence of the old railway, because there is a railway bridge that crosses the canal and the river. Now, I doubt it's been modelled, but you might be able to see it from the satellite map that's making up the terrain. So I'll point it out as we fly over it if I can. Although I think our waypoint is maybe taking us away slightly from the canal, but we will point it out if we can. It's right on the edge of the town, I believe. now, just below us and in front on the right there is the second campsite, which is where we had Martin's birthday party. Martin, one of the other participants. Oh, hello! I've got a friend. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I don't think you can really see the bridge. I think that's it, meant to be it down there, but you can't really see it. Never mind. Anyway, so we're... Oh, wobble. Now, over on the left-hand side here, you can just about... This is really hard. There's that big building there, and just to the right of that, that is where we built the funicular railway. I am all over the sky. That's where the funicular railway was built. And yes, that's where that was. That's not much more to say about that without crashing. And then the railway continues up into the hills and follows the forestry trail on the hillside through the forest there. Steady, easy. No. Nose up, fella. Come on. Let's do this properly. Right. There we go. I wasn't worried. It was fine. I think, yeah, that flashing light, I think, is East Coast Steam I just saw there. Or was it? I'm not sure now. That might have been a mirage. This is really disconcerting. Oh no, there he is. Oh no, he's playing chicken. Jesus. I mean, what's showing up on my screen is very much not a Spitfire, but it's not far off. It's a rough approximation of a Spitfire. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. So coming up on the left-hand side, as the railway continues snaking its way through the hills here, we sort of round a corner on the hillside, and we come up to the town of Invermorriston. And the railway sort of dips down into the town, down a really steep hill, and then climbs Invermorriston Hill, which is a really very steep gradient along the road that winds its way up the hill. And I believe Team A were there for about 3 days. I'm sure someone will correct me on that, but they were certainly there for quite a while. Now you can see here, just at the bottom, just on the left-hand side there, you can see roughly in front of the plane there is a bridge. The railway sort of follows down the hillside, heading sort of upwards there, or in the downwards direction, sorry, it goes across that bridge, up, and then back up in this direction, up along this hill, and then sort of snakes its way up through those trees, and then eventually, oh god, I'm all over the sky again, gets pointed back towards the lock, which is what we're going to do now. There was a beautiful view from the top of the hill, although I never saw it because when I got there it was about midnight. It was very late in the evening. We, with the train team, we made it to the top of Invermorriston Hill, but the shots from the programme are pretty spectacular. Lewis joins us. Welcome. It is an unbelievable amount of fun. I am having a very good time. So, below us there, the railway snakes through the hills again, following the Forestry Commission paths once more. Can't really see them on this section, but they are there. We're following above the road, so you can see the main road there, which is the road that links Fort William to Inverness, via all of the places we have passed. The railway, or the Forestry Commission part that the railway is built on, is basically a few hundred metres above that. In fact, yes, there you are. You can see the Forestry Commission path there as it climbs through the forest. And then that just snakes its way through the hillside and the woods. All over the sky. This is really shoddy piloting, but I'm in it for the scenery, not for the piloting experience. So the railway continues until we get to Baalbek, which is about 3 miles away. There we go. In fact, we've just whipped over, and again you can see just to my left there and just underneath the wing the Forestry Commission path. Again, we're still following that as it snakes its way through the hillside. And then around Baalbek we dip inland and away from the lock and into the hills proper, towards, and I've momentarily forgotten the name of the town, Drumnadrockit, that's it, which is where our third campsite was. Oh. Well, that's all my liquid gone. Can we just appreciate for a second how pretty this is? Oh, here's East Coast steam again. Gonna buzz me. I mean, just look at the... Oh my god. I could not have imagined this as a child playing Flight Simulator 95. That we would have anything that looked anywhere near this good. It's just inconceivable back then. Still behind me. So you can just about see there, just coming up on my right hand wing, there is a footpath which heads off in this direction, which I believe is now the route of the railway. Yes, it is. Yeah, just off my right-hand wing there, you can see there is a road come footpath. It's basically a single-track road, and the railway. You got it. And the railway follows that, I believe, through to Drumnadrockit. And this was the most miserable part of the project for me, because we went through this in the middle of the night when it was tipping it down with rain, flooding everywhere. We were still being eaten alive by midges despite the fact it was the middle of the night and tipping it down with rain. And some very cross words were exchanged a couple of times. It was a miserable night. I did not enjoy that one bit, but you know, it was all sorted out the next day and we were all very happy. Hello. There he is again. You're doing well keeping up with me. I'm very impressed. Extremely impressed. Okay, we're now coming down into Drumnadrockit itself. And I'm trying to figure out where the campsite is. That's the campsite, I believe. Yes, there is a field just in front of my nose there with like a little ring road around it. That was campsite number 3. And then following the roundabout there through into the town centre, and then there's the river. And by the river, on one of the days, I think was it Mark, one of Team C and one of the train team, and I went for a coffee in the town centre. There's a lovely little coffee shop just in that little parade of shops just there. And a thoroughly good time was had. It was very good. So now we turn back towards the lock, and the railway follows the main road through this bit. Now, the railway went down through Drumnadrockit. Now, just near the campsite, you probably... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to try and circle back round again. Because if I've done this properly, we'll go past the campsite, and then you should be able to see, as we pass over this little river bit here, You might be able to make out something quite special, although I'm not sure the image is high resolution enough. But that's the campsite below me there, and then just off to the right here, I don't think you can quite make it out, but just under there, just below me now, just off to my left wing, the house has a 7¼ inch gauge railway, and it was pretty marvellous. I think some of our participants managed to have a chat with the owner and get Bagsy a ride on it, but I wasn't about for that because I was off driving the train. But yes, the railway followed through the centre of Drumnadrocket, over the river just here, and then took a right turn out of the town, followed the main road back towards Loch Ness. We haven't seen Nessie yet, I don't think. I don't think we're likely to. Yes, that's where the railway went. Oh, I haven't contacted Inverness.
Inverness approach Cessna Golf, 49er 27 1000 feet.
Cessna Golf, 49er 27, Inverness approach altimeter 29.82. Continue as planned.
Okay. So we're basically following the line of the railway now on the road. It followed along the road here, and then I believe just around here-ish it dives off of the main road and then heads back up into the hills, and we start to move away from the loch and up into the hillside in that sort of direction, and then down from there into Inverness. So we will just stick with the waypoints. Somewhere out there is a castle, I believe. Yes, there is. It might even have been modelled. I'm going to turn back and see if I can do a low pass of the castle. So I remember there being a castle there. Here we go. So we'll do a right-hand turn. This is definitely going to be overstressing the aircraft, but never mind. Let's see if we can get a pass of the castle, because it actually looks like they might have modelled it, which is quite nice. We've knocked the throttle right down, so we're not like descending at a million miles an hour and crashing into the water. But yes, looks like they may have modelled the castle, which I can't pronounce. Urquhart or something. Urquhart, something like that. Anyway, push the throttle in a bit. Yes, they've modelled it. Oh, that is lovely. Or if they... No, that... I think that might be a tower block. No, it's sort of a castle. Kind of. It looks a little bit like a castle. Okay, I'll allow it. That's fine. Whoa. Push the throttle in, because I think we're not in the position we want to be, but it's not too bad. Right. Keep an eye out for Nessie, by the way. She might show up. Okay. Oh, and we're about to play chicken with East Coast Scene again. There he goes. Oh, whoa! I missed him. I got stuck. There he is. Right. Okay. So we need to climb quite rapidly, actually, because we need to head up into the hills now. Let's nose up, not climb directly into the mountainside, but heading roughly in the right direction, please. Thank you. Once I hit about... Oh, no. The plane really doesn't like this, actually. I'm going to have to turn away from the hillside, gain some height, and then go back. There was that the Sea Devils with John Pertwee? I think it was a Sea Devil story. Okay, we might have enough height actually looking at it. We're probably okay. Yes, I think we're good. Okay. So, the railway now climbs up into the hills just below us, and just there, I believe, is where the cog railway was that didn't really work because we didn't take in the height measurements did not take into account the fact that the cog section of rail would have to be glued in, so it didn't really work. But the engineering principles were there. In fact, on the right hand side there, I think you can just see the Forestry Commission trail again. So that kind of snakes its way through the trees there in this direction towards where our next waypoint is, just below us there. Oh, and then if we cycle off to the left there you go, there's the Forestry Commission trail again, making its way towards the north. And then I'm not sure if... I may have got this wrong, actually. I don't recall if we made it out this far. But, if we did... Yes, actually, looking at it, we absolutely did. So the Forestry Commission path makes its way just below us through the trees there. And then comes to a long straight road, if I remember correctly. Yes, there we are. There is the long straight road just below us. There we go. That's it. There we are. That's it. There we go. There's the long straight road, and then just ahead of us here, there is a little crossroads, and then there's a patch of trees where I've put the waypoint, and that is some kind of like eco preserve. There's like a little thatched hut cafe there. Oh, hello. There he is again. He is way better at this than I am. Yeah, there's like little wicker huts and things in there that form a cafe that wasn't open when we went through it because it was the middle of the night. So the railway made its way through there, through the trees. It was quite pretty in there actually. It was very dense kind of plant life and what have you. It was quite pretty to look at. And then we rejoin this single track road, which continues onwards towards Inverness. And in a moment, just by where the custom waypoint is, the road kind of curves away to the right, and then the path continues in a straight line, roughly where the waypoint is. And that was roughly where we ended my last turn on the trading team, about 1:45 in the morning. Yes, here we are. The road is snaking a little bit. Oh, it might be the next waypoint actually. Yes, you can see it there. There we are. I guess again, it was raining, it was miserable, but we were having a good time. Poor Silver Lady had given up the ghost by this point, so we were using a little battery-powered diesel outline, which wasn't as much fun, frankly, but never mind. So we made our way along the path that you can see below there. The road continues to the right, the path is on the left, quite straight, and that's the route of the railway, the path. And then just as it curves off into the trees there, you might remember from the final episode, we go chasing after the Loco and Ronald, who was a little toy rhino that we'd popped into the cab, and that's where we went chasing after him as the program crashed to adverts. And then just ahead of us there, you can see Inverness looming in the distance. So the railway continues following this path through the trees, and we start to descend from the hills down towards Inverness itself now. Okay, nearest airport list, because we'll want that in a moment. Inverness, tune Inverness Tower, there we are. So we'll think about that once we finish the tour. We'll just ease the throttle back slightly. There we go. So now the path continues its way down here. And I believe we pass alongside, as we go through the trees here, what was an asylum at one time. It's not anymore, it's derelict, but I believe we passed quite close to it. Again, this is not one of the places I saw in person, just heard about afterwards because we were all split up into teams and doing different things throughout the project. We didn't see all of it, which is why I'd quite like to go back and walk the route one day. Maybe even take Silver Lady along in a backpack so I can say I've done it. But then that may just be a big sad git. Right. So our path continues in this direction. We now skirt along these fields and into an estate just here, I believe. Yes. Yes, this is all looking very familiar. We head down towards the canal again here. Just ease off the throttle slightly. We don't want to lose too much height here. But if we're heading in this sort of direction, you can see down on the right there, just below my left wing, there's a path that borders the edge of the playing field. And then just off my left wing tip now, that's where the spiral was built, the Dadult spiral. And then just along here, we've got the canal ending. Down there on the left is our fourth campsite, which was the worst one by far. It was a terrible campsite. I did not enjoy our time there. It was thoroughly depressing. Basically, we started off in extremely beautiful campsites, and then they just got progressively worse throughout the programme. But never mind. And then down on the right there is an island, which is a public park. The railway follows the island and crosses some bridges, and eventually ends up on the right-hand side of the river. And then if we keep going this way, and we're oh god, we're stalling. That's not what I wanted to do. We're stalling, crap. And then just ahead of us there, although I don't think it's been accurately modelled, I think it's a tower block. Yes, it is. That is Inverness Castle there. And that is where we concluded the journey. And we have officially done the entire railway. Oh dear. Oh. So yes, that was the Great Glen Way and the route of the biggest little railway in the world. Did you all enjoy that? That was quite good fun. I enjoyed myself immensely there. Right. I didn't stall and end up in the drink. The cars appear to be in the water there. Ignore that. That's fine. That's they're supposed to be doing that. It's, yes, that's yeah. They're supposed to be there. That's fine. No problem. Yes, the slight downside of modelling the entire world in 1-to-1 scale is that using satellite imageries, you do get some tiny little glitches like that as you go. Oh dear. Right, we've still got 63% of our fuel left. We're doing marvellously well, actually. Right, Inverness Airport, up ahead. Request as full stop landing.
Cessna Golf for Niner 276 miles west, 1,500 feet to land.
Cessna Golf 4927 Inverness Tower. Altimeter 29.831 192 at 7. Enter right downwind runway 23.
Okay. Acknowledge pattern
Enter right downwind
instructions.
runway 23 Cessna Niner 27.
Right. Here we are. We are basically perfectly lined up for the pattern entry there, guys. That is not bad, actually. I'm quite pleased with myself there. That is pretty much bang on where I wanted to be. Right. Okay. Right then, so pitch the nose down ever so slightly. I'm going to get told off by the Civil Aviation Authority again, aren't I? Oh dear. Oh, this is fine. Yeah. I've taken the precaution, by the way, you may have noticed, of flying an aircraft which has the wheels permanently down, because I figure can't accidentally retract the landing gear if that's not a feature. It's common sense. Ease off the throttle some more. Slightly more, possibly. It's not happy about my speed, is it? Goodness. Come on, come on. A little slower. Little slower. Little slower. There we go. Too fast. Yes, I know. All right. I've lifted the throttle right up. I don't know what more you want from me, to tell you the truth. Is that still too fast? Still too fast? Still too fast? Yeah, everything is too fast for you, isn't it? Fine. Well, we're dropping out the sky like a brick, so you're just gonna have to suck it up, actually. Excuse me. Moaning about the heading again, but don't worry about that. That's all fine. Okay, so we're meant to be losing altitude slightly as we follow the flight path here, but this feels a little excessive. I'll be completely honest. Put a little bit more throttle in it. Just keep to the pattern. That's what we want to do. This is fine. Okay, we've got a sharp turn to the right coming up, so I'll ease the throttle off. But again, now you see we're dropping like a brick now. That's not what I want to be doing. I believe, does that? Yeah, that's...
Inverness Tower, easy 8674 miles, north inbound for DME runway 23 approach. Easy 867, Inverness Tower.
Oh, hello. Is that... I think that's East Coast Steam with me.
DME runway 23 approach. Cessna 927, wind 192 at 7. Clear to land runway 23.
I'm not sure air traffic control's going to be very happy with you, actually, mate. Right, acknowledge landing clearance.
Clear to land runway 23 Cessna 927.
Lower my flaps, start a turn. Gentle turn. Again, gentle turn. Slowly coming now. Again, I know you're moaning it's too fast, but if I go any slower than this, you are gonna see me fall to the ground like a stone, and I don't really want to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got an EasyJet following us apparently. I wonder if I can see him. I do not see him. Okay, well I won't worry about him until until it's too late. Okay, and to the right, quite sharply. Is there a way to join this? You can. It's you're probably a bit late, to be honest, but yes, you can join. You just jump on the West Europe server and then make your way to Inverness. I've got all the players up. Right, okay, actually that is not as well lined up as I would like, to be honest, but I will make it work, because we haven't really got a lot of choice. So let's put a little bit more throttling. Now, remember all the advice you've received. Hands on the throttle. Hands on the throttle. That's it. There we go. Actually, a bit more power. Not too happy about this. No, this is fine, actually. This is fine. Don't panic. Nobody panic. It's all good. Throttle out. Oh, he's buzzing me again. He's coming into land in front of me. I'm not sure that's a good idea, mate. Right, okay. Up. Oh, a bit more throttle in. Come on. That's it. That's it. Come on. Get down, you beautiful bird. That's it.
867, go around.
Oh, yeah. I had a feeling that was going to happen. And, oh, no, come on. Come on. That's it. And...
Going around easy, 867.
Oh, God. No.
867, contact Inverness approach
Oh,
on
God.
122.605.
I've bounced off. This isn't good. I'm running out of runway. Come on. That's it. No. Balls to this.
2.605 easy, 867.
No, I've ballsed it.
Inverness Tower, Cessna 9er, 27 cancel landing intention.
There goes the easy jet.
Cessna 9er 27, your cancellation is received.
Oh, God. How did I balls that so badly? Well, there goes the EasyJet flight that I was desperately trying to stay out of the way of. Right. Tune Inverness approach. Right. Request flight follow.
Inverness approach Cessna Golf for 9er 27 is type Cessna 152 1 miles southwest of Inverness 500 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Golf 49er 27 Inverness approach. Squawk 0113.
Squawk 0113.
Squawk 011 Cessna 9er 27.
Cessna 9er 27 radar contact 2 miles southwest of Inverness 700 feet. Altimeter 29.83.
Roger Cessna 9er 27.
Cessna 9er 27 traffic is 9 o'clock per mile at 600 feet twin jet. Report them in sight.
Oh, that must be the EasyJet. Yes, I can see
Cessna
him.
9er 27 have the twin jet in sight.
Yeah, that'll be the EasyJet flight I got in the way of. Sorry about that. I'm gonna really upset you now. Oh, there goes my mate again.
For 9er 27 3 miles south of 1,300 feet to land.
Cessna Golf 49er 27 Inverness Tower. Altimeter 29.831 192 at 7. Fly right traffic runway 23.
Acknowledge pattern entry.
Make right traffic runway 23 Cessna 9er 27.
Okay, we'll try that again. If you're still with us, darling son, if you want to dip in somewhere around Inverness Airport, you can probably come and see me. Looks like we'll have time. My bloody cough's come back. It's a stress-related cough, that is, clearly. Now, presumably, at some point, that EasyJet flight's going to have to come back. I've just got to hope I'm out of his way this time. Because he is not going to be impressed with me otherwise. Right. Okay. Attempt number 2. I know what happened there. I panicked. I put too much throttle in it. But that's fine. I'm not going to do the same thing again. Okay. Lift off the throttle a little.
Cessna 9er 27 wind 1902 at 7.
Lower the
Clear to land
flaps.
runway 23.
Clear to land.
Cleared to land runway 23 Cessna 9er 27.
Pitch the nose down slightly, so I think that's causing us problems as well. And start to turn. Go. He's off the throttle slightly, not that much. That's just about right, actually. There we go. Right, where is the runway? There it is. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, there comes my mate again. Hello. Feels like a really tight approach, actually. I'm not sure that's. I mean, I'm only in a small plane, to be fair, so it's a little bit easier for me. But if you're in like if you're flying that EasyJet, that's a really tight turn to be expected to achieve. I drop my flaps all the way down, and then ease the throttle off. Just keep my hand on it a little bit more, actually. And let's go to the landing position. Camera, here we go. This is going to be fine this time. This is not going to be a problem at all. Oh, have you switched to an EasyJet flight? Go. See, he's off the throttle. There's some pigeons passing under me there. That's probably not ideal. Oh, there he goes again. And pull up and turn. Pull up, pull up. That's it. Don't want to go nose first into the tarmac. That's it. And oh yeah. Oh yeah.
27, turn next taxiway.
Which is the next taxiway? Is that it? Hang on. I've forgotten which one is the brakes. I think it's this one. Oh, there we go. That's it.
Cessna 9er 27, contact ground on 118.405.
Acknowledge ground
Going to
handoff.
118.405 Cessna 9er 27. Ground Cessna Golf for 9er 27, request taxi to parking.
Cessna Golf 49er 27, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Golf.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Golf Cessna 9er 27.
Yes, it is that one, because the idea was that was the brake and you could still keep a hand on the throttle. Excuse me. Ah, dying. Okay, and sharp right turn. That's it. Here we go. Go, and engine shutdown. There we go. Parking brake on. yeah. It turns out I am a genius at flying. Quite pleased with that. That went rather well. No major issues. Lost me bottle a little bit on the landing there, but I'm not going to fret about that too much. Got it on the second attempt. That's not bad going. I think... Is this my bestie coming up the taxiway? Or is that... no, I don't think it is. I think that's an airport vehicle. Dearie me. Yeah, that's a car. That's not a plane. I wonder where that EasyJet flight got to. Oh well, never mind. Excuse me. Right. Well. Happy days. Right then. Thank you very, very much for joining me, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little trip across Scotland in the plane. It was supposed to be a 1 hour journey, yes, but we did do a couple of detours, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. But thank you very much for joining me, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. Not sure what we're doing on Tuesday next week yet. I will figure something out. It might end up being a video editing one, because I've got to get my intro done for Tea Time with Matt, which is on Thursday at 8 o'clock over on youtube.com/Tea Time with Matt. So do check that out if you're around. So, thanks for coming, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!